Hello and happy Monday. It is February 12th. I am MJ and this is a general reading for the collective. And today I'm using my Crow Tarot, and hard to believe it's been 6 years. This is the deck that launched it all. And now I have 12 decks already in production or produced. And then I have a 13th deck, which is the Crow Affirmation deck. And that's 96 cards, and I bring together the major arcana from the Crow Tarot along with the Urban Crow Oracle with the expansion deck. So it's all of those cards that come together, they're reworked, and they draw upon the energy of each of those cards as an affirmation deck. So I'm really excited about that. That's been a work in progress, and now that I am untethered, it's like I can put my ideas and my work out there without worrying about timing or anything like that. So I'm really excited about getting my work out again and reclaiming that space as an independent artist. Okay, let's dive in and see what we have going on. What's the energy that's influencing us? What's the energy that's impacting our mood, our decisions, how we relate with one another? Then we'll take a look at the situation and we'll see how that influencing energy plays a role in the situation. Then we'll open up the door to the external influence. And they bring an energy to the situation as well. And we'll see how it all blends together. And then we'll wrap it all up with some words of advice. All right, let's dive in here. So the energy that's influencing us today. We're starting off here with, ooh, look at this, the Knight of Wands. So when we're in this energy of the Knight of Wands, we have that creative fire kind of building within us. We might be a little bit more of a risk taker. We might take calculated, maybe not so calculated risks, depending on how the Knight is feeling. But here is an energy that's driving you forward. This is like a giant green light, it's like, go, move ahead with that idea, with that plan. Take a risk. You gain nothing by not taking, it's like if you sit on the sidelines and you're like, oh, it's too risky for me, I'm afraid. Well, you'll never know. You'll never know if you're successful because you're too afraid to take a risk. The people who make progress, that move time along, who move things forward, they're risk takers. So be a risk taker today because you have that energy in your favor. Playing it safe, it might keep you safe, right? It might keep you comfortable, but it's not going to promote growth or progress. So with this energy, use this energy to your advantage today. Use it if you need to commit to joining an art fair. Use it if you're going to open up a new store, if you have an idea that you want to pursue. Use this energy of the Knight of Wands to your advantage because it's going to get you out of your comfort zone. It's going to get you excited about something. You're going to feel more empowered. You're going to feel a little cocky maybe you feel more that confidence that sometimes can become, if you're overly confident, that's not so great either. But you want that confidence that gets you off the couch and into your dreams and moving towards your dreams, not just, sitting there thinking about them. So, okay, let's see what we have here for the upcoming situation. It's like when I think about this, I think of that quote, well-behaved women rarely make history. Exactly. Okay. Oof. Well, maybe it brings you some anxiety too. All right. So the situation that we have here is one where you're feeling this push of the Knight of Wands, but there's something that's kind of holding you back. The situation that you have, kind of beginning to unfold is one where you find yourself second guessing, your decisions. You're thinking, oh God, did I make the right choice? Am I going to get, kicked off the committee? Am I going to lose, my position in some way? Did I make a bad decision that's going to have a ripple effect? And so having this This Nine of Swords here, this is all in your head, right? You're opening up this door to anxiety. And sometimes, when we have anxiety, that is like a warning sign, just like you get the little gas light on your car, right? When we have these triggers of anxiety, it could be an indicator that something needs to be addressed, that there's a problem that you need to confront. And sometimes when we have anxiety, that problem is like, a belief that we're having a hard time shedding. And it causes stress because we think, oh, well, we've always been raised to believe one thing. But then we have this Knight of Wands that's saying, whoa, hey, you should take a risk. You should get out there, do something. Use that ability of yours, show the world what you have. Be a risk taker, Get excited about what you're doing. But then you have the situation here that kind of pulls you back. It's a snap back. And so if ever there was a time to harness a little bit of confidence, a little swagger, this is it. This is your time to embrace this energy of the Knight of Wands and have it guide you through this anxiety. This anxiety is there because it's fear-driven. You're afraid of messing up. You're afraid of getting hurt. You're afraid of making a bad choice. Well, who isn't, right? I mean, I can't think of anyone who has ever put themselves into the arena, who hasn't thought, oh, wow, I wonder if I'm, making a huge mistake right now. It happens, but it's okay, because when you have that energy of the Knight of Wands behind you, you know who you are, right? There's a quote, and bear with me because I'm sure I'm going to butcher it, but it's a Marilyn Monroe quote that said, somebody had asked her, how do you feel about being portrayed as a dumb blonde? And she said, well, I don't really care because I know I'm not dumb and I know I'm not a blonde, So when you know who you are, you can go into this situation here that's going to spark anxiety with this Knight of Wands, feeling less anxious about it. You know who you are. You have the talent. You have the ability. You have the reason to feel confident. Don't let the fear or let past beliefs maybe even come in and strip that from you. Okay, so let's see who's showing up here. Who's coming in? So knocking on our door, well, let's let the star in, because you know what? If ever there's a time that we want the star to come in, it's when we're feeling anxious and we're feeling uneasy about decisions. Here comes the star, and the star says it's going to be okay, right? Feel hopeful, feel optimistic. There's a reason why perhaps you're feeling anxious. Maybe this means a lot to you. Maybe you're walking into a situation that could be, transformative in some way, or that could move you out of a bad place and into a good place. And there's a lot of stress, right? There's a lot of energy that comes with, moving into a state of transition. And if you're feeling uneasy about it, that in itself, you'll start looking for reasons to feel more uncomfortable. But here comes the star, and the star is coming in and it's saying, hey, don't worry, everything's going to be just fine, right? Just lean in to the positive energy of the star. Let it illuminate. Let it show you the way, right? Let it help you focus on all of the areas where you have a reason to feel confident, a reason where you're taking a risk, but it's not a foolish risk. All of the reasons why success is weighing heavier than failure, but yet you're putting more emphasis on the failure with the Nine of Swords. So let that star come in and show you. Let it light the path. However it comes in, it might be a supportive friend. It might come in as an opportunity, perhaps to put yourself in a better position. Maybe if you're at an online, or not an online, if you're signing up for an art show, you might have an opportunity to be highlighted in some way. Let that energy just sort of wash over you. Let that optimism wash over you, because it is I can say that it is important when you're taking a risk to not waver. It's important to not second guess yourself when you're taking a risk, because that's what keeps you back, right? That's what keeps you from growing or from trying something new. So let this star energy come in and fill you with that feeling that everything is fine. Not that it's like you can go back and being, you can sit on the couch and say everything is fine and not put in the work. No. With the Knight of Wands here, you have the abilities, you have the creativity, you have the power, you have the presence, you have the chutzpah to make whatever it is that you're doing a success. Let that be your source of optimism, not blind optimism, the knowing that you have what it takes optimism. All right, let's see what the advice card here is. So coming in, tap into your intuition. Listen to your gut. The Queen of Cups is a very loving energy. Open your heart up. Open your heart up to those around you, right? Be more receptive, be more kind. Be kind to yourself as well. With the Queen of Cups, you can get a feel for the energy in the room. If there's somebody who makes you feel anxious, if there's somebody in your life who is having you second guess your decisions, even though you know in your heart that you're making the right ones, you'll tap into that energy. You'll know who to steer clear of. They carry that Nine of Swords energy with them. They carry it with them wherever they go. So you'll know with the Queen of Cups who to trust, who to look towards as your star for your source of optimism, for your source of support. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. At the end of the day, right, we all have choices. We all have choices to feed the anxiety, the stress, the monster that lives within us, right? That's the monster that comes out as being critical. Or we all have a choice to be kind and compassionate and offer an open heart and understanding. And that's what this Queen of Cups is doing. So do that to yourself here too. If you're being critical inward, open that heart for you too, because it matters. All right. Peace, much love, and I will talk with you tomorrow. Bye.